Okay, this is the engine bay of a 1971 Plymouth Duster. This guy's a high-impact color. It's a good-looking car, and it's got a great-looking engine compartment. From what we can tell, this thing started life as a 360 engine in this particular car. The car itself came from the factory with a 318. Obviously, this is a transplant. We're assuming it's a 360, but with as many stroker kits as there are out today, we know that at least it has that many cubic inches. So, good running car. It's got a set of high-temp coated headers on it. It's got an Edelbrock TM tarantula manifold on it with a Hawley vacuum secondary carburetor. It does have the heat hooked up to the passenger compartment yet, in case it goes to some of our northern climates. A clutch fan on it, nice stiff clutch on it yet, just the way it should be, a new alternator. It does have power steering. It does not have power brakes. However, it does have a dual stage master cylinder on it, and it does have disc brakes on it. Shut off on the battery. I think Donnie put a new battery in this guy. High temp silicone plug wires on it, and a cell coil, high voltage coil with it, and it does still house its original Presto Light. I believe it does. Hold on one second. Let me take a look a little closer here. Now it is a cell distributor also. It's a billet cell distributor in it. So you got a great looking engine compartment here, chrome valve pan covers and a chrome air cleaner to go along with it. Radiator core support is original. It still houses its original numbers on the front here, so you can see the car's never suffered any trauma, which agrees with the fender tag. Devin's going to give you some good high resolution photos of all these numbers. And also the tag on the dashboard still houses its original six-sided rivets, so it's undisrupted. So you have a front end of a car that has never suffered any trauma. It's in a nice original body panels. It's a great looking car. We're going to go over the outside of it for you now and show you what we can in a quick video. Hi, you're at Hanksters in Daytona Beach, Florida, and today our guest is a 71 Plymouth Duster. Really great looking car. It's not an original 340 car. It now houses a 360 from what we can tell. But check this out. It's got a great looking Mopar Superstock scoop on the hood of it. Fiberglass. Steel hood, but a fiberglass scoop. Gaps from the hood to the cowl area to the fenders are absolutely spot on. Can't get any nicer than that. Has a nice satin black finish to the hood and the top of the fenders to complement the flat black stripes on the side of it. Correct Mopar style hood pins on the front of it, just the way they should be. Shark tooth grill that everybody wants on a body car, no matter what. Everybody loves that shark tooth grill from 71. Front bumper alignment is very nice. The chrome is gorgeous on it. There's no scuffs or marks or anything whatsoever on the front of this bumper. No teeth missing in the grille. Just a great looking front end of the car. You can't find one much nicer fit and finish than that. Duster, which is reflective also on our flat black stripe that matches the flat black hood area. Going down the sides also. Fender lip moldings. Look at the gaps on this guy. Look at this. It can't get any better than that. That's as nice as you're going to ever get. Six-sided rivets holding the original VIN tag on the dashboard. Nice clean dash, nice dash pad. There's no deviations in it or no cracks whatsoever in it. Correct wiper arms, incorrect blades. Anto blades on it, but they do a really great job of wiping the windshield for you. Tinted glass on the front windshield. I don't think it's tinted on the sides. I'm going to call it regular glass on the sides. Nice roof on it. Drip rail molding, just very, very nice, and it's also flat black. Really has a lot of accent to it. The correct style mirror. We got one on each side. How about that? That's great. Again, look at the gap on this, and look at the fitment of the door. Nice chrome on the handle. Side the door jambs, and Devin's going to show you some really good pictures of it. You can see how clean the car is all throughout the insides of the door jambs and the hinged area. Set of aftermarket gauges in it, a definite aftermarket dash in it, very, very complimentary to the car. All new interior in it. You can see it has a complement of seat belts in the front of the car. Bench seat with a fold-down armrest. Carpeting, interior, door panels, armrests, everything are absolutely as they were when they were new. Great, great interior of this car. Fantastic. And again, check that door fitment out. It does not get any better. Flop out windows on the sides. Aftermarket speakers in the hatch shelf. and they're really, really nice. I mean, it's all nice. It's not deteriorated or faded in any way. All the trim around the rear window, the same as it was in the front. A set of torque thrust polished aluminum wheels on it. Add a lot of pop to this car, really make it look good. Rocker panel molding doesn't have any marks or dings in it that I can detect from just looking at it. And again, check this flat black stripe out that coincides with the flat black treatment going down the side of the car and on the hood area. Fantastic, nice striping on it. 360 to tell you what you got under the hood there. Going around the back of it, the deck lid is the same as the hood. Look at this. The fitment on this deck lid is just spot on. It cannot get any better than that. That's as good as you're ever going to get one of these cars to fit. And the paint on this car is much better than a driver quality, in my estimation. It's a nice looking finish. There's no cloudiness whatsoever to it. Of course, the front end's all flat black, but it's nicely done too. Flat black spoiler on the back. We'll go through the rest of it here, then open the trunk. The flat black striping that go along the side also. Your tail lights, backup lights, nice and clean. Duster making a big storm there for you. Bumper in the back, the same as the front. Absolutely no marks or scuffs or indentations or anything on it. A set of slash cut, roll tipped exhaust tips on it for you also. Really looks great. Nice back end. Let me check. Bumper fitment on the back is very straight and nice also. Let's see what's in the trunk. Okay, trunk area. You can see everything is nice and clean in it, just the way it should be. There's some sound deadener yet on the sides of the quarter panels. Floor of the trunk is nice. It has a Mopar style mat in it. Of course, our big old gas filler tube going in there. Nice looking trunk area, nice and clean, all new rubber in the doors. Also, you can see there's rubbers new around the trunk to seal it. So you got a really great looking trunk area in this car. Closes just as it should. Going down the passenger side of it. Again, our 360 striping on it, 360 designation. Fender lip moldings just the way they should be. Beautiful paint on this car. I haven't found a chip or mark or any imperfection in it yet. Look at the gap again. This is unbelievable how nice the gap is on this thing. I forgot to mention on the other side, but there's new wipe whiskers on the doors. And also look at the window fitment. It was the same on the driver's side too. And this is our right-hand mirror to complement the one on the left. And again, Devin's going to show you more defined pictures of the interior also in his close to 100 photos we're going to give you to look at this guy. Really good looking engine compartment and car, and now the interior. Everything on this car fits and lines up just like it should. Nice, soft, resilient rubbers, all new rubber seals everywhere in it. Slams and closes and shuts just like it should. Again, the trim around the front windshield is as nice as you'll ever find. And again, look at all these gaps in fitment. Absolutely spot on. Can't get any nicer than that. Correct style Mopar single mast antenna, just the way they were. And I forgot to mention, it does have the fender mounted turn signals also that will light up along with the ones in the dash. This is a nice looking car. It's a 71. Started life as a 318 car, but now it isn't. It's definitely more than that. From what we can tell, it's a 360. May even be a little more than that, but for sure it's not a 318 at this point. It does have a set of torque thrust wheels on it. A phenomenal paint job, and you just watched us go over this. Devin and I went over it and showed you the door fitment, the alignment of all your panels on the car, the quality of the paint. Everything on this car is top shelf. It's really a great looking car. We haven't driven it yet, but we're going to do that shortly, and it's available here at Hangsters. We encourage everybody to come and look at these cars in person. But if you can't, that's why Devin's doing these videos and putting up 100 photos for you to take a look at. They're high resolution. So you'll be able to look at every aspect of this car. Every tiny point that he shows you in those videos, you can blow up or on the still pictures and take a look at exactly what you want to see. It's available here at Hangsters, and it's a hell of a nice car. You should take a look at this one. Very nominally priced. Okay, this is the underside of our 71 Duster. Plum crazy, black interior, black accent stripes on it, and a flat black hood to go along with it with a super stock scoop on it. high temp coated headers on it, conventional starter. You can see there's no leaks on the engine, the bell housing, or the transmission at this point in time anyway. Can't guarantee what it's going to look like a year or 2 years from now. It's a muscle car, so it may have a drip. It looks like someone put new suspension hardware, steering hardware in the front of it here. Lower ball joints, tie rod ends, everything looks to be fresh on this car. Suspension wise in the front, has disc brakes in the front. The subframes are really nice condition. There's a couple of superficial little marks from jack stand indentations through the years, but that's it. I mean, it's a real nice original car underneath. There's no leak from the speedometer gear. There's also no leak whatsoever in the rear of the transmission, the tail shaft. And again, you can see there's a pull mark here from some rocket scientists that tightened it down too tight when they were loading the car for shipment. The original brake line still intact. The parking brake still intact and functional. Original fuel line still intact also. And if you can see it, and Devin will show you some better pictures, the whole undercarriage of this is still original. It has its original sound deadener on it from Mopar. The floor pans have not been replaced to my indication, or do they need to be. They're original, they're really nice. It doesn't show any indication that they've ever been tampered with whatsoever. Original pinch welds, the rocker panels are still evident. A nice curvature to the rear springs on this guy also. Shocks in the front are new. Shocks in the back are, they're not brand new, but they're not very old either. It has a set of drum brakes in the rear to complement the discs in the front. Original gas tank. Geez, I don't know what else to say. You know, it's just a nice car. The tank itself has no dents whatsoever in it. The exhaust system is a, I'm going to call them 2 1/8 inch from the 3-inch collectors and headers. Go back into a 2 1/8 inch into 2 Flowmaster mufflers, and then 2-inch pipes out the back. It has the original tire well in it yet, and it's not dented up or marked up. Those things usually are messed up through the years. The drop downs of the quarter panels are still original and just as nice and clean and fresh as you'd ever hope to find. This has a lot of originality underneath it. It's a nice straight car. Original sound deadener still intact. Someone has taken really good care of this car through the years to have it in this condition at this point. It's really a car that just needed done as far as paint and cosmetics on the outside, but certainly nothing needed addressed under the vehicle as far as rust issues or deterioration. It's a nice straight car underneath, really nice. This definitely warrants your consideration on one. We're going to go for a ride, see what this guy runs like. Okay, this is the interior of our 71 Duster. It's got a Grant GT wheel in it, a little bit smaller, about a 14-inch wheel in it, give you a little more steering resolution there. I didn't notice this before, but it has a carbon fiber gauge enclosure around it. It's a really nice looking enclosure, all the white face gauges, and they all function. The water temperature is just starting to come up, a little under half a tank of fuel, oil pressure holding where it should, amps charging, volts charging just where they should, tach working just like it should. I'm sure the speedometer will also. Turn signal on the left, you can see blinking away, and it also has one out in the fender. Turn signal right is not functioning on either one. Yeah, it is. Over here. There it is. It's blinking away. The one out on the fender on the right is not blinking. We have to address that. Let's see here. Fan. The blower motor works. The cables for your actuation of the defrost and heat also function as they should. Devin, radio. He's our radio expert. I think. Is it working?
15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Purchasing a new car.
Yep, the radio does function. How about that? It works. I don't know how to shut it off, but it works. Okay, wipers. We should try wipers. Wipers are working, and it is starting to rain. We're going to have to get out there and get this video done as soon as we can here. And they do park. So everything functions in this car with the exception of the fender mounted turn signal on front. Go for a quick ride here before we get rained out so we can get this video in. gonna have to take his car back. Jeff's gonna kill us. It's just starting to rain a little bit, so we can't get on it real hard. But the point is, look, going down the road straight as an arrow. It doesn't deviate at all. Let's see, I can put brakes on, no hands, and it's the same way. It just stops straight as can be with no hands. Okay. Turn this guy around and give you a... Jeff's gonna kill us. We don't do test drives in the rain. These cars are all detailed and ready, pretty much ready for shipment, other than fixing a few things that we do point out that we find as we go over these cars, you know, while we live with them for a short period of time. We do pick up some things that don't function as they should, and then we go back and try to fix that, like a turn signal on the right front there. That's it. That's all we can find in this guy. Everything else works just as it should. Good out here. Temperature's up just the way it should be. Speedometer's functioning as it should, not jumping around either. We're running like 180 degrees temperature, 175 actually. Everything is working as it should. Nice straight running car, nice tight running car. Wish I could have got on it a little bit harder for you, but the roads are wet right now. I can try to get this back before we get it too much wetter.